Okay, so this is Learning Outcome 4. So for the title of this, it's be able to carry out post-production techniques and processes for an original media product to a client brief. And this is your subtitle, carry out post-production techniques and processes to produce a final original media product in line to the client brief. You are required to carry out post-production techniques and processes, basically the editing. You are required to take out the editing, and then you're going to review the suitability of your editing and your production materials. So for audio products, this is what you must cover. This is what you cover for audiovisual products, and this is what you cover for print-based products. So what you got to do is embed an edit decision list, which pictures or video or piece of audio you're going to use and why. Embed your finished offline edit. Embed audience feedback video. This feedback video must be obtained as evidence from the offline edit. And then this is really it. You're going to cover all the points via a screen recording of you carrying out the editing, with commentary that explains the process you're going through to create the media product. Now, they've given you things they specifically want you to talk about, which is the things you've just seen. The suitability, this shot's really good, this shot's really bad, this is why, this is what I intend to do. Sub-editing, proofreading from another student or tutor, editing text, editing visuals, saving, rendering, etc. All those things. You have to put all of that into one video, and then below the video, time code again where you're talking about each one of the bullet points. Then for merit criteria, your title is demonstrate how the exported media product meets the client's brief. So this is quite simple actually. You're just talking about the file format that you exported to and why. So you should state which file format did you export to and why. What implications does it have for delivery to the client? Well, sometimes a lot, sometimes not so many, especially big file sizes. How does this file format meet the client's brief, and where would the client digitally distribute the product using this format? So just create a video that shows you exporting the final project from whatever, and add a commentary that explains why you're exporting the project to this file format, and then answer the questions above either within the video or via another presentation. But essentially, it's dead easy. You're just talking about the file formats. So it's time to do a little bit of research as to why you might export it. Maybe contact a company that actually does these sorts of things, makes an audio product, makes an audiovisual product, and sort of ask them about the relevant file formats. You have a couple of hours to complete that. And then you have 3 hours to complete the distinction, which is analyze how post-production techniques and processes create meaning in the media product to meet the client brief. So you're going to analyze how your editing created meaning. This must include reference to meeting the requirements of the client brief, and it must include a specific post-production tools used to create meaning. So if you added graphics, for example, you might talk about how the graphics informed the audience of what it was that you were talking about. So you're going to analyze how post-production techniques and processes enhance meaning. You may talk about evidence of tools and effects, and you may talk about presenting the media product to a client or focus group in order to obtain feedback at various stages of the production. So you don't have to necessarily record more feedback here, it's about how you've used it. But if you haven't got any audience feedback, then you're definitely going to need some. So you're going to create a presentation that shows how you've used several tools within the product to create meaning. You could analyze the colors, the text, the sound, camera work, editing. You'll need to record video of you discussing this with your client or with your focus group if you haven't already done so. Describe how you have met the needs of the original brief and how it's changed. Describe the strengths and weaknesses of the product and your role within it. I'm hoping that's all fairly straightforward. You can go back to Unit 1 and discuss how is the media product going to be distributed to audiences. Include maybe at least one media theory along the way. If you don't include any media theory, you're probably not going to get a distinction. And then discuss the denotation and the connotation of the project, what you say and what it means, and then how the meaning was created. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You might say something like, well, I used the text tool to create this font and I used the color palette to change the text color to this, and the reason I did that was because I wanted to get this message across to my audience. But that's pretty much it. Good luck with your analysis. It should be fairly long.